Bonjour Alex.
Okay.
Congratulations on the win. You can't imagine how happy I am to see you guys survive in these runs for Masters. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
First question is about yourself. Would you say about yourself that you're also kind of an anti-strat coach, or is it not that much of an important thing to you?
No, of course we do it. I mean, I don't think you can go to this level and just like say play your game. You gotta adjust a little bit. I definitely do a lot of anti-shotting. So my routine in tournaments is usually to wake up as early as possible, and then I just watch all the games before the match. So by the time like this interview comes around, I'm already like half asleep.
I'm really curious. Can you tell me what a tack pose with PRX Alecks looks like? Like, do you have a specific like structure in your timeouts? Do you point out mistakes, discuss like the opponent setups, or do you call specific rounds? Tell us about it.
I mean, in practice, usually I call rounds in general. So like even if they're playing, I'm acting as an IGL sometimes, like 30% of the time. So I do that the same in back pause. So the way it goes is usually I spend the game watching to see who's like nervous or who's like overcoming, like wrong energy. That's why I address first, and I try to do it in as kind way as possible, because I know that if you put pressure onto them, they immediately people crack. They don't need pressure from their own team. Then after that, I mean, we go into the specifics of it. Maybe I think that they just need to discuss certain situations. I let them talk, but most of the time, when I pause, I already have an idea of like what I want them to do the next round or two. So sometimes it'll be 2 rounds in advance, 3 rounds in advance. Maybe I'll call 3 rounds for them because maybe they need to be calmer, and they just don't want to think about the calling, so we can make it easy for them.
Yeah, kind of a plan where you drive them for the following rounds and let them discuss. Yeah. That's very interesting. Thank you.
And I hope that they...
Yeah, we hope so too. This might be a bit more specific, but is there a mistake that a coach should never make, according to you?
Yeah, I think you should never put pressure on your players in back pause situations, because they already like under the most pressure in the world. I think that's the worst thing you can do. I think you shouldn't like call out mistakes if possible. I think the player at this level, they already know they screwed up. I mean, it's not my job to say, hey, Jason, what the hell are you doing? I mean, like that's the worst thing you can do, right? Like make him question himself even more, because then the player freezes up. So no matter what, I think it's just about giving positive vibes. It feels like you're just being a cheerleader sometimes, but that is really what it is.
I mean, when we watch your camera, thank God your players don't see it, but in official, I must be honest, like your camera doesn't always give out very good vibes, but if you're like this in timeouts, it's okay.
No, in timeouts I'm zen,
super zen in timeouts.
Very, very different.
Sounds great. With your huge experience in coaching, you must know many coaches indeed. Is there one who particularly stands up to your mind, who has very good methods, who has a good impact on his team on the whole? Do you think about someone?
Yeah, I mean, I think Potter's the best. I think.
Good answer. I love it.
To be fair, I don't think people know what another coach does, but she's the most interviewed one, right? So that means that you know more of her processes than anything else, and she's honest about it, right? And some people got these kind of things. I think because of that, like you can see the way she thinks, and you can see the way the players speak of her. So that's why I think.
Like a lot of players can judge about their level by just watching them play, watching maybe the voice comms and stuff. But when it comes to a coach, besides from discussing with each other, it's really hard, to know exactly the impact or the methods.
I think the best judge would be ex-players, If ex-players say good things about her, then I think that would be a very telling thing.
Yeah, they were in the seat previously, so they know what should be done and what shouldn't be done, right? This is one of the first times you're considered as a true favorite in an international tournament ahead of the top American, top European teams. So why do you think, what is the reason for that, according to you? And does it somehow impact your players?
I think it does a little bit. Honestly, I think we're quite surprised that people consider us number one. It could be because we're the longest, lasting roster, but we've got no results to speak of. We have players in this event that have more storylines. Like Bolster has won before. The whole Fnatic. There's also like Boostio. Jingg did even better than us last Master, so we're very, very surprised. And it was a really close game. I mean, so be it. I think one day we're gonna have to learn to deal with it. We use our one life for once. Normally we go to the grand finals, then we just get our butts kicked, and we suddenly lost.
Finally, if you had to rank your players from the one who overpeaks the most to the most disciplined, what would you say, Alex?
The most is Jingg. Doesn't listen to plan sometimes. Then after something, then Jason, Davai, and mindfreak.
So Jingg first, something second. Wonderful.
Actually,
thank you.
Would be a lot. If he wasn't playing in this team, I think he'd be extremely disciplined. It's just that I've left him loose, and he's happy.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. I think it's pretty accurate, to be honest. He got used to your style, and he's really fitting in.
I have a new problem.
A new problem that you have to deal with, but I mean, you're used to doing it. So perfect. We're done. Merci beaucoup. Alex, pour ton temps. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to have you. And good luck for the rest of playoffs. Bye bye.